Previously on Meerkat Manor, evicted female Mozart returned to the Whiskers babysitting burrow where her two teenage kids were looking after Flower's new litter. And when the rest of the gang split in two, Flower was caught in a fight for her life with vicious rivals, the Commandos. They're tough, they're tenacious, and they're only 30 centimeters tall. Meet the Whiskers. This 40-strong group of wild meerkats live their lives under and over a 3-square-kilometer patch of the Kalahari Desert in South Africa. For over a decade, Cambridge University biologists have been studying this little gang. And more than a year of filming has captured the Whiskers' story. Flower is the boss. She wears a radio collar to enable researchers to track the group's progress. But she's in big trouble, and her days in charge of the manor could be numbered. Separated from the rest of her gang and heavily outnumbered by the Commandos, Flower and the small Whiskers splinter group are hemmed in underground and involved in a fight for their lives. If the Commandos can widen the burrow entrance enough, they'll be able to pour down en masse and overpower Flower. The boss needs a miracle if she's going to be able to protect her family. And that miracle might just have arrived in the nick of time. It's her faithful partner, Zapod. But unaware of who is underground and heavily outnumbered, he keeps his distance. Time is running out for Flower, and Zapod's not moving a muscle. Suddenly, Hannibal's son, Aussie, spots the Whiskers' dominant male, and the Commandos start to war dance towards him. With their attention turned to Zapod now, he could also be in big trouble. But Aussie hasn't counted on the fact that Mitch and the rest of the Whiskers are close by and watching their every move. The main body of the Whiskers, including most of the big males, aren't going to stand for an enemy group in their territory. And on home turf, the Whiskers are rarely defeated. The chase is on. As the fight begins, dominant male Zapod gets stuck in, and young Mitch follows his dad into the midst of the brutal confrontation. They're fighting for their lives. At the underground refuge, there's no sign of Flower and her small splinter group. Were Zapod and Mitch too late? While the rest of the gang are struggling for their lives, everything's calm at the Whiskers babysitting burrow. Sophie and Spud are looking after Flower's new litter, and they've got an extra helper. Their mum's making herself at home. Even though Mozart's 2 kids have accepted her, she's taking a big risk by being here. She's still expelled from the group, but if Flower doesn't make it back, then Mozart could make the unlikely leap from evicted female to leader of the Whiskers. For now, she's happy to have company. And even though she lost her own litter, her maternal instincts are strong. Despite being ousted from the group by Flower, it's instinctive for her to look after Mum's newest pups. The fight is over. The Commandos have fled the battleground. The main Whiskers gang are scattered, and it's unclear who's missing. With no leaders around, they head for the Burrow to regroup. All's quiet at the burrow in which Flower was hiding. But underground, there are signs of life. Columbus is first to leave the protection of the bolt hole and investigate. And one by one, the small group nervously make their way above ground. Flower is one of the last to appear. She's been successful in her defense of her family. But could there be a hidden cost for Flower? With her tiny pups in tow, she leads the splinter group home. She's no idea why her attackers fled, but her small gang have had a lucky escape. But fortune has not smiled on everyone today. A large male meerkat is lying dead in the sand. As Flower arrives home, she's unaware of the vicious battle that occurred between the Commandos and the rest of her family. Most of the Whiskers are now back at the burrow. After a traumatic day, the group huddle together and reaffirm their close bonds with some grooming. The only two missing are Flower's partner Zapod and son Mitch. But her wayward daughter Mozart seems to be a welcome addition. Although she's not going to be the leader, her gamble of returning to the babysitting burrow has paid off. Now that Flower's given birth, she's happy to let her back into the Whiskers, leaving just 2 family members to return. Finally, Zapod and Mitch make it home. Flower and Zapod have had a close shave, but their leadership and a little luck has once again brought the whole family home safely. Some distance away, in Commandos territory, fate hasn't been so kind. There'll be 1 meerkat missing from their burrow tonight. Hannibal's son, Aussie, hasn't made it home. The Commandos are unlikely to venture too close to Whiskers' territory again. With the passing of the days, the sun climbs higher in the Kalahari sky. The rising heat powers a long series of storms. The wet season has supplied some of the heaviest rain in decades. After 3 weeks, much of the desert has turned into a flourishing oasis of color and vitality. And with plentiful water providing abundant plant and insect life, the Kalahari's residents are having an easy ride. It's late morning at the Whiskers babysitting burrow. The gang are in no rush to head out foraging and are taking some time to rest in the shade. Flower has successfully led the group through the tough winter, and her whole family are looking healthier than ever. Even Usarian can relax without his brother getting on his back. As the gang take it easy on this idyllic day, there's a welcome interruption. It's the familiar sound of young pups nearing the burrow entrance. As Mozart heads out, Flower's tiny new litter get their first glimpse of the outside world. Blossom, Pepper, Nutmeg, Apollo and Athena are the latest additions to the successful Whiskers gang. These pups couldn't get a better start in life. With the whole gang at home this morning, they've over 40 experts in childcare to look after them. And even a local shrike is on the watch for danger. With the all clear sounded, it's business as usual. Leaving the pups at home, the Whiskers head off into the bountiful desert for today's fine dining. On the Kalahari Eat As Much As You Like buffet, skink seems very popular. While Flower digs, Mozart is more interested in making a fuss of Mum than looking for her own food. Having only just returned to the gang, this could be the best policy for making sure that she stays out of trouble. The abundance of food means there's plenty for everyone. But for the 30-centimetre tall Whiskers, there's one problem. The growing vegetation makes it difficult to spot any lurking dangers. Mango is growing up fast and is first to spot the deadly threat. A Cape Cobra. Slowly but surely, Columbus, Basil and Rose begin a nervous approach. If a cobra this big delivered a full load of venom, a meerkat would stand little chance of survival. The rest of the family join the fray, bobbing their heads to tell this ambush predator that it's been found. A small meerkat could kill this snake, but avoiding its venomous bite is imperative. This is the ultimate example of teamwork. The Whiskers encircle the cobra in a collective effort to scare it, leaving a gap in the cordon for the snake to retreat. The gang don't want to kill it. They just don't want a cobra on their patch. But by the loud hissing, it's clear that this snake doesn't want to give ground. The Whiskers need to be extra careful. While everyone's been distracted by the enemy on the ground, Mitch, fortunately, has remained vigilant to other dangers. The Cobra has attracted another unwanted visitor, a snake eagle, the most skilled of reptile hunters. The gang head for cover, leaving the snake to fight a new battle. For many of the residents of the Kalahari, the biggest danger is starvation during the dry season. But that threat has now passed, at least for the next few months. Although the threat of predators is ever present, the Whiskers can relax a little in their search for food, safe in the knowledge that there's more than enough for every member of the family. The Kalahari has become a perfect meerkat playground. Flower's second litter couldn't have been born at a better time. But for these little pups, there could nevertheless be trouble on the horizon. Yossarian has been left to babysit on his own. If his past record is anything to go by, these 5 youngsters could be heading for disaster. Next time on Meerkat Manor, arch rivals the lazuli get a little too close for comfort, and the pups' lives hang in the balance.